I love this. This is my favourite type of food. Comfort food at its finest. The one thing I really miss about living in London is regular visits to my favourite ramen spot. The vegan ramen at Monohan restaurant in London was one of my favourites, so I wanted to try and recreate it at home. So aromatic, so creamy, beautiful. So the heart and soul of any good ramen is, of course, the broth. So that's what I'm going to be focusing my attention on first. I've got my saucepan over a medium heat. We're going to add as many vegetables, as much flavour as we can get into this pan as possible, get some lovely colour on it, and that's going to create a great base to this broth. So first thing I'm going to do is get some oil into this pan and actually add 2 whole tomatoes. The tomato skin is going to blister, it's going to caramelise, and it's going to release all of the umami that we need in this broth. I will say, I'm going to say umami about 7,000 times in this video, but forgive me, take a shot every time I do. So the vegetables that are going into the stock pot are some onions, carrots, celery, leek, and some mushrooms. So I'm adding some shiitake mushrooms, which have got a beautiful flavour, earthy flavour that's going to actually roast in this pan. I'm also going to add some dried mushrooms too later on. And it may look like there's a lot of stuff in there right now, but that's exactly what you want. We want to cram as much flavour in as possible because it's all going to melt down and just add goodness to the sauce. Once this has cooked down, I'm going to add some aromatic flavours, some lemongrass, some garlic, some ginger, and some chilli. Look how much that's cooked down. Everything's releasing their sugars. It smells amazing. Let's get this aromatic goodness in and some salt as well. A good pinch of salt. This is my favourite part of making any sauce or broth. Right now, everything's melting down and caramelising on the bottom of the pan. You don't want it to burn, so just keep an eye and keep stirring it. But this is the best bit because we're going to deglaze it now and uncling all those lovely flavoursome toasted bits from the bottom of the pan. So I'm going to deglaze this with some Shao Xing, which is some Chinese rice wine. Cook that for a couple of minutes to cook off the alcohol, then it will leave this sort of fruity, beautiful notes, and then I'll add some tomato puree and some soy sauce too. So I'm just using the back of this wooden spoon to scrape anything off the bottom of the pan. It's starting to smell unbelievable. Now we need to add some boiling water. There's no stock cubes in this recipe. We don't need to add them. We've got all the flavour we need right here. You could just drink this now, it will be that flavoursome because of the way we cooked that base, but I'm going to let this bubble away and just intensify for at least an hour. Longer the better really. But before I'm going to do that, I'm going to add some star anise, some dried mushrooms, because they're really intense and we'll just add even more umami-ness, and some nori, which is a beautiful addition to this. And it's just about getting as many flavoursome flavours as we can get into this broth, because when you're making a vegan broth, it sometimes is difficult to get that umami-ness and richness into the broth. There's definitely a lack of depth of flavour in some ramens I've had, but if you do these steps and add those ingredients, it's going to be amazing. By the way, I really hope Uncle Roger approves of this recipe. I'm quite scared actually that he's going to review this video. So I actually have a surprise guest in today's video for you. Guys, this is your call to get set up properly in the kitchen. Now all chefs need a good set of knives. They're our pride and joy. Having sharp knives and good quality knives makes you more efficient, safer, and just better in the kitchen. Now I've been using Dal Strong knives for the last few years. You would have seen me use them in all my more recent videos, and I've fallen in love with them. They are actually the best knives I've ever used. So I'm so happy that they're sponsoring today's video. Their collection is so big, there's literally a kitchen knife for everyone. Their knives are a thing of beauty. The attention to detail that's gone into making the handles, for example, and the blade itself, they're just beautiful to look at as well. They're streamlined, they're comfortable to use. I can't recommend these knives enough, I promise you. Guys, if you want some Dalstrong knives in your kitchen, then click the link below this video. In the description box, you'll be able to go and search through their catalogue of amazing knives. They also do things like pots and pans and chopping boards. Their collection is incredible and it's such good quality. I cannot recommend them enough. So thank you so much to Dalstrong for sponsoring the video. I look forward to continue using your epic knives and pots. Guys, don't forget, click the link below this video if you want some of your own. Thank you, let's get back to the video. I went back to my parents' house recently and my dad, who's a great cook, brought out his homemade chili oil for me to try, and it was so good that I needed to get him on to show you how to make it. A ramen needs an aromatic oil on top, throughout it, to be mixed in is so important. So I'm going to be using sesame oil and my dad's chili oil. So let's get my dad on to show us how to make it. Round of applause for Dad.
Oh, thanks very much. Thanks for having me.
Welcome to the outdoor kitchen.
Oh, God, hot.
Yeah. All right then, Dad, so what's the first job that we need to do for this aromatic, beautiful chili oil that you showed me?
Right, we're going to warm some oil with the garlic and a bit of onion and just let it warm through.
How much garlic? A lot of garlic?
A lot of garlic.
All right, I better get chopping then. Do you want to pass me that over?
Right, if you just cut the garlic into the smallest pieces as possible, slithers, that's it, that's perfect, yeah. Okay, if you just quarter that for me and give me 1/4. It's just to flavour the oil. Right, into the pan we're going to use a flavourless oil. I've used vegetable oil.
So this garlic and onion goes in?
Yeah.
And this just slowly infuses?
Yeah.
And you don't want to heat this too fast?
Just don't want to burn it.
We swap positions because it's so smoky here, and I'm a trained fire person, so I'm used to it. So we need to chop some ginger fine, but it's not going in there.
That's right, no.
So how much of this?
Just about a ½ an inch. Once the ginger is chopped, we're then going to mix it in with the dried chilies, dried garlic, dried shallots and some black soya beans.
That's going to be spicy. So Dad, these are black fermented soybeans, right? And these, I guess it could be an optional ingredient because they're quite hard to find, but when you add them it transforms the flavour, isn't it?
It's well worth looking for. Now I'm going to add the rest of the ingredients. I'm going to add some all-purpose seasoning, some brown sugar, some salt, some cardamom seeds and some miso paste.
Is that how you use a spoon in Cardiff, is it, Dad? The wrong way round. So Dad, this is the fun bit now where we get that lovely infused oil over the top of that unbelievable mixture you have. Just take the onion out first.
Yeah, let's mix it in.
Look at that colour.
Right, now we can mix it up and put it into some jars.
Amazing. And this should last for a few weeks in the fridge.
In the fridge, yeah, a couple of weeks. It won't last that long, mind.
It's that good?
Yeah, it's that good.
Oh, that looks unbelievable. All right, Dad, thanks for showing us how to make that. That's going to go lovely on top of this ramen now. And you can come back and try it in a sec.
Lovely.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So there's the special guest feature from Big Doug. And if you want to subscribe to his YouTube channel, he'll put out YouTube videos every few years. I'll pop his link to his YouTube channel below. He does post lovely vegan recipes from time to time. Anyway, I'm going to make the toppings while our lovely broth is still bubbling away. What I'm going to be making is an amazing mushroom mince that's flavoured with ponzu, the lemon soy sauce. It's going to be sticky, it's going to be caramelised, it's going to be smoky because of this fire, and also we're going to char off some spring onions to run through it. It's going to be epic. First thing we need to do is get a lovely big pan over a high heat on your stove, get some oil in there, and then get your mushrooms cooking and cooking and cooking and cooking until they're lovely and golden and caramelised and beautiful. I'm using oysters today, and if you want to see how to grow them yourself, check out my TikTok and Instagram. I posted a video there. Once the mushrooms are beautiful and golden and the spring onions are lightly charred, transfer them to a chopping board and chop them into fine pieces. This is literally mushroom heaven. Chopping up fine now, and then I'm going to get them back into the pan to cook even more, to get crispy and golden even more. Then we're going to add some lovely flavourings, some sauces that are going to just cling onto these and get sticky and beautiful. This is going to be the perfect topping for the ramen. To the pan, I'm going to add some finely chopped garlic, some gochugaru chili flakes, some maple syrup, and some ponzu, which is lemon-infused soy sauce. I'm also serving my ramen with some seared asparagus and pak choy. Guys, we're nearly there. The toppings are cooking and it's time to check on this broth. I haven't taken off the lid once since it's been bubbling away. I just know as soon as I lift that, there's going to be flavour coming out. Let's have a look. Oh yes! Oh wow, that smells intense. That smells bold. It smells like it's been cooking for an hour and a half, which it has. And this could just go on and on and on. We need to serve this up, I'm hungry. Pass the broth through a sieve into another saucepan. Okay guys, so now it's very important, use the back of a spoon to squeeze as much of this amazing, luxurious, bold stock through. So all the flavour from these vegetables and aromatics is now in that liquid. So there's not much flavour in here, but you can blitz this up, turn it into a little soup or add it into stews and things like that to reuse it, or it can just be put in your compost bin and soil can be made out of it and you can grow food out of that soil. So no waste. Guys, this broth is just looking silky smooth. Oh. That's perfect. That is actually perfect. But the ramen that I really love and have in London is creamy. So I'm going to add some coconut milk to this now and just finish it with some miso paste. And that is the broth done at last, but it's worth it. Oh, here's the noodles. Thank you, sis. Beautiful. Since I was a young chef, I've always dreamed about having my own restaurant, and it's about to happen. The restaurant is going to be named after my nan, Nana O's. We're going to be serving the most unbelievable comfort food for you, but my restaurant is going on tour. And the first location is my home city, Cardiff. So come down between the 23rd of June and the 3rd of July for lunch or dinner. Click the link below this video to book a table. It's restaurant time. Let's go. Guys, we are ready to serve up and I'm going to share this with my crew and my family who are here today. The first thing you need to do though, just like salad, you should never serve your noodles naked. You must dress it. When I say dress, I'm going to toss them in some of my dad's chili oil, some sesame oil, and just coat them in that as best as I can and then get them into my bowls. The broth on top, then our lovely mushroom mince, our vegetables. Let's plate up. Oh wow, that smells fiery. Let's get some of this on there. Oh, look at that. Aromatic. A little bit of sesame oil too. Broth time, baby. Good timing. I'm going to garnish with some chopped spring onion, some sesame seeds. Right guys, finally, before we serve this and eat this, just one, I can't resist, one more drizzle of this lovely Big Doug chili oil. Don't forget full written recipes are all on my website. Click the link below this video. Right, Mum, Dad, time to taste. And crew, you're tasting too. There you go.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's not an easy thing to eat.
Really, really nice.
He's a man of few words. All right, Mother,
Okay.
you're gonna give us a full-on food critics eloquent review.
Oh, it's perfect. It's really creamy. Really lovely spicy sauce.
Thanks, my love.
Really lovely.
Thomas.
First.
That's the way.
Very rich. Muy rico.
Muy rico, yeah. I need your
Oh,
thoughts on the
beautiful
broth.
Lots of depth, very creamy. Yeah, beautiful.
All right, guys, let's give this a proper taste. Uncle Roger, if you see this, I hope we did okay. As always on this channel, we cook with love and try and pay homage to the authentic recipes as best as we can. And hopefully, this tastes good. I love this. And it's just finished so well with that aromatic chili oil, which has just worked so well with it, and it's so creamy. Each noodle is just has this beautiful coating of creamy ramen broth. This is my favorite type of food. Comfort food at its finest. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share and comment. All the recipes are on my website. Don't forget, there's merch on there as well, and my cookbooks. Hope you enjoy the video, and I'll see you soon with another epic episode. Bye-bye for now.